Hey guys, it's Tuesday and I'm finally finished grading quizzes and your pods and all of that stuff. Um, it has been a trip grading some of this, and I just have a few comments that I want to give you back again to make sure that you're doing the best possible job you can do. Overall, the quizzes were pretty good, right? I think the average score was a B, which shows that most of you are doing a fairly decent job with comprehension. One of the things that's kind of concerning me, though, is that some of you are just giving direct quotes from the textbook for your answers in those essay questions. And I'm not marking you wrong for that. I'm giving you some credit for that. But that doesn't really show comprehension, so try to put it in your own words so that I know you're comprehending things. Because that's what's more important, is that you're able to actually understand what is being said, not just regurgitating information. That's one of the differences between high school and college, is that you actually assimilate information and can communicate it clearly back, not just spew facts back. Facts can be looked up by anybody, right? But understanding is a completely different thing. Now, switching to the pods. This week's pods, I came across some interesting things. One, I'm really getting aggravated at giving the same comments every week. So please make sure that you're reading the notes that I give you when I give you individual feedback. I'm giving everybody personalized feedback on their assignments. There's a few of you I didn't this week because I just got so aggravated. I thought I'm just going to do this in the video and talk about it. But please. And a couple of you I'm still trying to reach out to and say, hey, let's have a conference call, let's have an office hour, let's meet so that we can get some of this hammered out. So please do that. Okay, so the first thing I want to address, dynamics. Some of you are still saying that dynamics are mezzo, or that the rhythm is forte. No. Rhythm is, part of beat, right? It is that foot tapping sensation of music. It's not, we don't give a dynamic level to rhythm, okay? Rhythm is its own thing, okay? We give dynamics to how loud or soft a piece of music is, or even periods in a piece of music. Several of you are just kind of giving this overview answer saying that, this piece is mezzo forte, which is fine. Most pop music lives in kind of a mezzo forte land. But, it'd be really nice if you were to say, it starts out piano, and about 1 minute, 20 seconds in, I think there's a crescendo to mezzo forte or something like that. That would be great. That would show that you are listening to the piece, you're really paying attention to what's going on in the piece. But some of you are just answering mezzo. What is mezzo? Mezzo literally means half. Half what, right? So review dynamics, please. Those slideshows are there to help you. Another thing, conjunct versus disjunct. Now, I understand that can be a little bit hard to wrap your head around. Most pop song melodies are going to be conjunct because we like things that sound connected and are very pleasing to the ear. Rarely do you hear a piece of popular music that is disjunct, okay? But if you feel like it's just jumping around all over the place, fine, answer disjunct and tell me why you feel it's disjunct. But if it's a pleasing melody, something that's easy to sing along with, then most likely it's conjunct, okay? But I did have a student that wrote one of the most inventive answers, and I just want to share this, not as a shame thing, but to show you a flaw in thinking about conjunct versus disjunct and to address why this answer is wrong. So this particular student said that their song selection, which was a Blake Shelton song, I can't remember the title of it off the top of my head, but they said that the song is disjunct because if you live in the country and you believe in the Bible, the lyrics make sense to you. Okay, why is that answer wrong? Lyrics have nothing to do with conjunct versus disjunct. Nothing at all. I don't care about lyrics. Okay, lyrics can communicate a language to you, which can add a deeper layer of meaning, but I don't care about lyrics when it comes to conjunct versus disjunct. Is the melodic line conjunct versus disjunct? Do you feel like the song flows nicely? Like, I can sing along easily with this? Or do you feel like, oh no, I'm having to constantly like move all around the place and it makes me feel very uneasy? That's what you need to be asking yourself, okay? Some of you are failing to meet the 150 word minimum for the chapter summary. Yeah, 150 words, okay? I hate to put those limits on it because some people just write junk, right? They write a lot of filler words trying to sound like they understand, or, you know, I understand. I used to do the same thing at this point in my life when I was writing papers like you guys are. But I'm really more concerned about content. But 150 words is a pretty decent length to summarize the chapter. There's a lot of information in these chapters, okay? When talking about harmony and melody, I had one student in particular was talking about a Jonas Brothers song, and they said, I guess it was the song Sucker, and they said something about the melody is when the brothers sing and the harmony is when they whistle, okay? Now that's incorrect, okay? Melody is the tune that everybody knows. So if you can sing, you know, I'm a sucker for you, and then the that's melody still, okay? That's what everybody does, or does. That's what everybody knows, right? So that's the melody. The harmony is going to be like when you hear somebody else singing with them, but they're not singing those melody notes. And it's like, why are they're singing something different, but it works with what's being sung in the melody line. That's harmony, okay? That's the difference. Another thing, crescendo is not a dynamic. Crescendo is kind of an adjective, right? Or a verb. It's a verb. It's what happens to the noun or the adjective that describes. So I guess it's an adverb, right? So crescendo would be like going from piano to forte. There would be a crescendo to get to that point, okay? Another student, meter seems to be one that's tripping a lot of people up. Some people are answering that it's in 3 when it's clearly in 2 or 4. Most pop music's going to be in 2 or 4, okay? So make sure that you're counting 1, 2, T, 4. If it doesn't line up, then you need to re-examine. But I think what's happening is when you're saying 3, you're going 1, 2, T, 1, 2, T. But notice I'm snapping my fingers 4 times. That means it's in 4, not 3. Okay. But then one student answered it with the lyric to the chorus. It's a numerical answer, okay? So don't do that. My last comment on this week's pods. I was going through and I was reading your chapter summaries. And, you know, I sometimes, you know, I'm a practicer of what they call speed reading. I read really quickly. So sometimes things slip past me that I don't notice. But this week, there was a certain phrase that kept coming up in 5 of the pods this week, and they all had to do with how chapter 4 takes information from the previous chapters and blah, 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 blah. And so I went back through everybody's pods and I copied the summaries that I thought sounded very similar, and I lined them up, and I mean, they're almost word for word the exact same thing. Some minor changes between them. I'm not marking anybody wrong this week, but that's not going to fly with me next week. Okay, use your own words. Use your own work. Additionally, those people also managed to write about the exact same song, right? It's like, wow, that's really interesting. So don't copy each other. Do your own work. If you're having problems, email me so I can help you. Again, I'm letting it slip this week. Next week, I'm not going to be so kind. If I feel that you have copied off of somebody else, I will call you out on it, okay? So don't make me do that. Do your own work, all right? I'm trying to grade on effort as much as I can. Some of you are putting a lot of effort into this and are writing some really great papers. Is the information necessarily completely correct? No, but that's not the relevant point here. The relevant point is that you're thinking about the music you're listening to. And I try to correct you and give you that feedback. But some of you are just not, and so your grade is reflecting it. If you're getting anything less than an A on these assignments, you need to examine the effort you're putting into those assignments, okay? So if you have any questions or concerns, shoot me an email. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and I look forward to seeing the work you guys do next week. You do have, this is week 5, so there will be a video to watch on Friday. Well, for the Friday class, it'll be due Sunday, but you'll have that discussion forum. Make sure that you do an initial post by Sunday at 11:55 p.m. and that initial post has a minimum word limit, and then by the following Tuesday, the 17th, you've got to do the 2 response posts. Some of you are losing points because you're not following up with those response posts, okay? Don't lose points where, that's silly to lose those points, right? There's no reason that you don't get a 100% on discussion forums. Just no reason. All right, so have a great day. Have a good weekend if I don't talk to you before, and I will see you next week. Bye.